it's just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses. And if you wanna be a chef, then I say cook it up. And if you wanna be the champ, well I say hook it up. Cause I can never tell you what you can't be. Yes I can, see a failure is something you can't be. Plus, I get you a shuttle if you feel that you need space. The sky's the limit, get you wings for your birthday. Whatever makes you happy, if you like it, then I love it. Turning nothing into something, I'm all in and I ain't bluffing. I'm who you got when the world ain't got your back, man. I pull over when life puts you in the fast lane. I'm in your corner like Bandini, if you tumble, I tell you like him. Rumble, young man, rumble, see.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement, still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. You see the title. It's a necessary conversation because of, a lot of things going on now, or online or whatever. But this has been coming up for years. And the point of contention is, guess what? We don't like it. We don't like your delivery either. And a lot of ladies, who have an issue with how things were said to Black women or how things couldn't be said to Black women that Black women may not like. Well, congratulations. If you don't like it, welcome to how you talk to everybody else. That's really the basis of this whole live I'm about to do. So, first and foremost, when you don't want to be judged or you don't want to be disrespected, well, here's a problem, because you don't want a disrespectful delivery. Well, when people think of somebody who's reckless with the disrespect of their words, they normally think of a Black woman. Other women, when they're really trying to be disrespectful and rebellious, they emulate Black women the same way they do when you get women of other races singing and they do because they're trying to emulate, they're trying to summon their inner Aretha Franklin and Patti LaBelle. Well, what do you think happens when this attitude comes out? This attitude comes out and they're trying to summon their inner Black woman. So now you got a problem, huge problem. And with this huge problem, you have a problem with other people's delivery. Well, you don't hear men talking about they're gonna check somebody or they're gonna read somebody, or they're gonna go off on somebody, or they're gonna cuss somebody out just on a regular. You don't see guys just doing that, on a regular basis to the point it's a norm, to the point it's a stereotype, and to the point the stereotype has had so many people who made it seem true that it's true everywhere. Delivery. It's so bad because guess what? We don't like your delivery either. It is so bad that we're at a point that women who may be celebrities or women that you may know in your day-to-day life, excuse my dog, the women that you may know in my day-to-day, in your own day-to-day life, who've been disrespectful for years, will tell you they got a problem with somebody's delivery. You got people who are famous and they've been on shows talking about how bad their attitude was and how bad they talk to people and how bad they disrespect people and how bad they treat people and how bad their attitude is. We'll go on a show and tell somebody else, you need to watch how you talk to me. You need to watch your delivery. I don't like the way you talk to Black women. Wow, you out there just straight up disrespecting everybody else. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like the way you look. I don't like the way you was born. I don't like your face. I don't like your body. I don't like your shoes. I don't like your hair. I don't like that you don't have hair. I don't like that you're tall. I don't like that you're short. I don't like that you're fit. I don't like that you're slim. I don't like that you're fat. But it's the media that's got me and my self-esteem in a bunch. Nobody wants to deal with that. We don't like your delivery either. I mean, it's so bad that people don't necessarily want to see sisters, want to take you on. Guys don't necessarily want to take you on dates because because of all the dating horror stories that guys have had with women who do ridiculous stuff on dates. They don't know how to talk to their date, or they don't know how to talk to if they go to a restaurant, they don't know how to talk to the staff. If they go out to an event, they don't know how to talk to the people at the event. It's got to be drama. It's got to be drama. But it's everybody else's delivery. You got ladies who will cause a scene or commotion at any public event, and then when somebody tells them to sit down and shut up, or sit down nicely, or tell them to sit down and shut up seriously, it doesn't matter. They're still gonna go off on the next person. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. You ain't gonna treat me like that. You ain't gonna do this and that to me. I don't know who you think you are, but you ain't gonna da 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 da. People don't like your delivery either. They don't. So this idea that all of a sudden people need to have an adult conversation with you as an adult, just in a general sense, when I'm using the Black woman collective. You're the most disrespectful people in the country. You talk to people the craziest in the country. People don't want to. People think of somebody who's bad at customer service. Mentally, they think of a Black woman. Like, we don't like your delivery either. How many 911 calls have we heard in the last few years where somebody called 911 and a Black woman answered and she had an attitude with the person that needed help? But we're concerned about delivery. My dog is trifling. He took our slippers. So this is what we're talking about. This is what we're doing. And we don't like your delivery either. You can't even get your life saved without a woman going off on you. Where you at? Well, where is the house or apartment? Well, you need to. Well, I'm trying to help you. You need to watch your tone. Could you send the police, please? Look. I'm calling them right now. Like, whoa, we don't like your delivery either. That becomes a problem. Let's go down this rabbit hole about, I act like this because I have to be strong, because as a female, you got to be, a man and a woman and a man, and I got to go to work, so I'm in my masculine energy, and I got to be strong and fight the world. Here's the problem. When you're being assertive and aggressive and overly aggressive and disrespectful to people, and you're hiding under the I have to be strong thing, you ladies do not have a reputation at all for actually putting it on the line to protect somebody who you see as weaker than you. That's not what you do. That's what happened. Nobody thinks of Black women and go, you know what? She's gonna pull up for you and have your back because she feels like you're gonna be treated poorly. That is not the case. She's gonna have your back and speak for the weak of us, for the people who feel like they're disenfranchised. That's not what happens. You ladies got a reputation for showing up for Black men when Black men are dead. That's what it is. When brothers are dead, you show up. And that becomes a problem. And what people don't realize about this whole situation is this is the issue. This is the big elephant in the room. We don't like your your tone either, and you're comfortable having this type of tone. You know, I have not had, I have a niece. Sure, she's like a niece, and I never forget. Maybe she was in the I don't know, somewhere between the fourth and the sixth grade. This was a long time ago. She's grown now, really. And we were outside, just talking, playing around. And she looked up and she said, "Let me tell you something. I'm a strong, independent black man. I don't need a man for nothing." And I'm like, "Girl, you had a bedtime. Your daddy just dropped you off here. You at your granddad's house." But what I'm saying is, we don't like your delivery either, because you teach it to your children. You teach this bad delivery to the kids, and the kids go out in public with this bad delivery, this bad tone, and it's okay because you're teaching them to be strong and empowered. They're not, quote unquote, speaking truth to power. They're just running around being disrespectful. They're just running around trying to tell everybody off. And then when people get tired of it, then all of a sudden that's what's deemed as disrespect. That's the disrespect. The disrespect is, hey, listen, how dare you talk to me any kind of way because I'm talking to you any kind of way? It's like, no, this is not how this is gonna go. There comes a point, there comes a moment in time where people got to just deal with the reality. And the reality of the situation is very simple. We don't like your delivery either, and you're not doing anything to change it anyway. As a matter of fact, with the angry black woman stereotype, y'all don't do anything to fight that. Y'all don't do anything to combat that. Y'all double and triple down on it. Y'all go all in with it. And I'm not gonna say there was a time where it didn't work, because there was a time where it did work. You get a black woman to come somewhere and start talking and getting all sassy with people, they'll do whatever she said. But then, it went overboard. Now y'all just, now when people hear black women going off and quote unquote being sassy and telling people off, even if you're right, you're not believable, because it's happened so many times now. People are not just desensitized to it. They realize it's illogical, because it became a thing to do to get your way. So now talking to people crazy has become a thing that sisters do when they're wrong, to cover up the fact that they're wrong so that they get their way. So they, I can talk to you any kind of way as a defense mechanism. Everybody of all races are done with it. We don't like your delivery either. I was watching Instagram yesterday. Two ladies walked into I don't know, it's like a Subway or something like that. Subway, a sandwich shop or something. And they went halfway behind the counter to talk crazy to the lady who was making their food, to the point the lady had to walk off and grab something and come back like, "Look, get from around me." And then the girl's like, "Oh, wait, I still beat your," and it's like, this is a problem. You go out in public, keep saying you'll beat this person up, you'll cuss this person out, you'll get somebody to do this to this person, you get somebody to do that to that person. And then when somebody gets tired of it, it's an issue. Like, there's a little viral thing on social media where it's like a black woman and is talking crazy to a white guy. I guess they're at a food truck. And she's like, "I'm gonna get such and such to come here and beat you, beat you down, or beat your," so whatever you want to call it. And the guy says, "Well, call him then. I'm gonna be here for 20 minutes until I get my food, and then I'm leaving." And she's just sitting there like, "He's gonna be here for 20 minutes until he get his food. Normally that works. That normally gets him up out of the Dodge so I can get that spot." And it's like, people are sick of that delivery. People are so sick of that delivery, And I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna say it over and over and over again in different ways. We're tired of your delivery too. We don't like your delivery either. You remember when the presidential campaign was going on, and Simone Sanders told Luke, "We don't want none of your unsolicited opinions." Nobody liked that delivery. I don't think anybody in the city of Miami liked that delivery. They were just like, "Hey, man, what are you talking about?" You're biting on my slipper. Um, it's one of those things where people go, "Are you serious right now?" Because she was so comfortable doing it, she did it on a public platform, and nobody and got upset when people called her out about it. Because guess what? That's normal behavior. That type of delivery is just par for the course. You see what I'm saying? So when people go, "Oh well, we're just defending ourselves," no, you're not. A lot of you ladies go out of your way to disrespect people, and you talk. And when you get a sliver of what you put out to the world, since people want to talk about karma, okay, well, what goes around comes around. How about that? How about the rest of the United States and the world talk to you the very way you've been talking to people for decades? That's not a problem. As a matter of fact, nobody likes your delivery when you can just go in restaurants, lounges, and where people eat, and you turn it into, and when people like talking about people like Luke and over sexualized hip hop, rappers don't have to be in the building for a bunch of women to turn into Luke dancers at a restaurant or any kind of event. There was a time, not too many, a few years ago, all you had to do was go, "Hey, hey, hey." That's all you had to do. Man or woman. Women are just, let's be hedonistic. Let's be debaucherous. Let's start it up. That's all ladies needed. There's a video right now online of a mother, dancing in front of her child, twerking, and the child smacking her on the butt. And guess what? When people say, and these same type of women are the same type of women that beat up kids. They talk to kids crazy, like they're gonna hurt them, they're gonna beat them. There's a story of a lady who dropped a baby out of a 3rd-story window. And y'all turn around and y'all say, "Well, she might have been going through something." Well, we don't. She's talking to a baby reckless. There's the women that beat the kids all on social media and talk and cuss the kids out. That behavior is not. It's not an anomaly. It's just not an anomaly. So guess what? Since it's not an anomaly, and you can cuss out a baby and you can beat a baby, and women and men will go, maybe she's going through something. Maybe the baby just went through something. But you know what? When people go, "I don't like that at all," we got an issue, because like I said, we don't like y'all delivery either. We don't, you don't like your delivery either. When you can go on, be on talk show after talk show after talk show after talk show, and have talk show after talk show after talk show after talk show, saying black men, aren't ish. Black men aren't faithful. Black men aren't good people. Black men aren't good men. Black men aren't good fathers. Wow, black men are broke. Black men are dusty. You think guys like that delivery? Black men are deadbeats. Black men are trifling. And it's like, but we don't like your delivery either. And then on the flip side of that, say the black man you're attracted to is a black man who's disrespectful, a black man who has a criminal mind, a black man who will kill another black man, a black man who will destroy his own community, a black man who be completely a shepherd for the devil, but he'll do whatever you say because he loves you. And he'll be a good person just for you. He's a pit bull on a leash with you, and you're gonna call him to destroy anybody who's showing up. So now it's like, come on, man. This is what we doing? Because we don't like y'all delivery either. At all. At all. And then you get mad when brothers say, I don't want to be around you no more. Well, where you going? Where people are nicer. Well, why are you going around people? Because they treat you nicer. Because I'm grown and I want to be treated with some respect and some decency. You know, the way you say you deserve to be treated, the way you were intrinsically born to be treated, you know, like a queen, you know, that way. But unfortunately, you out here just cussing people out left and right and disrespecting people left and right and being condescending to people left and right. It's like, oh, you're royalty and we're all peasants. So you got to, you got to look at it as the majority of Black women who talk to the majority of people who aren't Black women like peasants. And then that spills over into Black women too. Why do you think they have all these reality shows and Black women constantly get into it with other Black women? Because guess what? Black women don't even like the delivery of Black women. Who are you talking to? What did you just say to me? You know, what are you talking about? Like, you got women throwing chairs and candles and bottles and plates and cussing people out and snatching wigs and fighting and, you know, and all kinds in the United States, outside of the United States, in people's homes, in people's restaurants, in people's country clubs. This was all, you know, recorded on TV. Why? Because people didn't know how to act with other people. To the point where, especially with the image that people have liked, to the point where it got so bad when Black women showed up on reality shows that had common sense and were ladies, they had to put them off the show. Something wrong with you. You mean you're not gonna cuss people out? You mean you're not gonna gossip on people? You mean you're not gonna talk about people's husbands and kids and this, that, and the third? That's what you're gonna do? That's not what it's gonna be. So we've gotten to that point in our society that people don't realize we don't like your delivery either. At all. At all, at all, at all. So now, when people are believing the hype when it comes to how Black women should be treated, how should sisters be treated? Should sisters be treated like they treat everyone else? Because see, for some odd reason, that's a problem. That's a problem when Black women get treated the way they treat everybody else, because sisters have a reputation for treating everybody else poorly. So we don't like your delivery either, but it seems like that's the norm. We got to take you as you are, accept you, you know, for who you are, right? So when people say, yeah, I do accept you. I do accept that, you know, your delivery is going to suck and you're going to be disrespectful and you're going to be out of pocket and you're going to be passive aggressive and you're going to be condescending. I don't want to be around. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you that you out of pocket. I'm gonna tell you that you condescended. I'm gonna tell you that now you're getting on my nerves with this. And that's bashing. How dare you tell a Black woman anything because, you know, she deserves to be treated with the utmost respect. All this BS is beyond a problem now. I feel you, Jana, but I'm not the person that's gonna necessarily help Black women understand, because I think Black women are adults and they've been doing this for a very long time and they know exactly what they're doing. I think you sisters know exactly what you're doing, and the only problem that a lot of sisters are having is people are tired of it. So, you know, for me, it's just putting it out there, you know, because I don't think Black women are gonna listen to anybody, and that's another part about it. You know, this is why we don't like your delivery either, because, you know, as a collective, you're not good listeners. You talk at people all the time as a group, talking at people. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you about yourself. I'm going to tell you about that. I'm going to tell you about this. It's so bad that mothers think it's okay to tell their children how their fathers ain't ish on a regular basis. That's normal. But if we flip it and you say, you know what? Fathers need to go around and tell their kids, you know your mama's a B, right? You know your mama's a thought, right? You know your mama trifling, right? Your mama ain't ish. She ain't gonna be ish. She was a cheating, using, manipulating, trifling, low down individual. She don't even care about you. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't like the way you speaking to that kid about their mother. What you mean, the way that a normal black single mother speaks about the kid's father? That's it. I'm not talking about you, Jen. I'm just going with this, using these scenarios as a topic. But that's a norm. There is not an adult black male or female who has not either been that child or been a friend to that child or been a relative to that child. That is so prevalent in our community. It's a norm. And the fact that it's a norm, says a lot. And the fact that it's that type of behavior has not only become normalized, but accepted and expected. And, how could you be wrong? And to take that a step further, we don't like y'all delivery either. What happens when a guy gets his life taken, because a woman shoots him or stabs him or runs him over with a car or hits him with something or tries to kill him and he's injured and they go, and you look at the women asking questions, well, what did he do? Well, what did he say? What did he do? What did he do to cause that? What did he do to cause that? If he cheated on her, he deserves to be shot. He deserved to be stabbed. He deserved to be ran over. What did he say? He deserved that. Oh, okay. So you mean to tell me the next time you realizing we're talking about the same group that of women that will talk about femicide, like a woman dying every 4 to 5 hours at the hands of a quote unquote man or AKA a black man, depending on who's telling the story, right? So the same people who think taking somebody's life is offensive because they couldn't have been in a relationship are the same people co-signing women taking men's life. He doesn't even have to actually be cheating on the woman. Ironically, he just has to have the accusation in the atmosphere, and somehow, yes, yeah, I could see why they did that. Because if it was me, I would have did it too. And you think people like that delivery? Oh, let me key his car. Let me paint on his car. Let me bust his windows. Let me cut up his clothes. Let me cut up his shoes. Let me set fire to his stuff. Because you ain't gonna never disrespect me. Oh, okay. So nobody likes that delivery. You don't never put your hands on a woman, but let me hit you and cuss and hit you and take that back. Let me hit you. Let me hit your kids. The only way it's feasible for a man to actually lay his hands on a woman nowadays is if that woman actually hit that man's mother. See, she can hit that man. She can hit the man's kids, whether they're his kids, whether they're her kids or not. She can fight siblings. She can fight cousins. She can fight friends. Everybody's fair game, unless you put your hands on a person's mother, and then all of a sudden, okay, see, we can't have that. Like we got to draw the line somewhere. I'm sitting here looking like, man, yeah, that's why we don't like y'all delivery either. Because part of the bad delivery is the idea that it's only good. There is no wrong that a sister could do. There's no wrong that a sister could say. All disrespect is just, isolated disrespectful incidents that just happen to happen over and 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 over again. But we supposed to just, hey, that's just delivery. I had a bad day. My feelings was hurt. I'm going through something right now. I got postpartum depression. I got PTSD. I went through trauma. So let me get this right. Because you went through trauma at some point in your life, it's a good idea to just disrespect other people and talk to other people crazy and reckless. That's what this is. Okay, no problem. No problem. I get your point. You're above any type of even talk. You're above it all. Because that's just what you do. That's just how you are. They deserve to be told off. They deserve to be told what to do. But you can't, thou shalt not talk to me like that. Oh, okay. Like I said, guess what? People don't like your delivery either. When you got men and women saying a black woman is God, you think people really actually like that delivery? Because God is a male. A goddess is a female. So now you can't even, you got to disrespect even, how can I say this? The idea of a god and a goddess. You don't even want to be a goddess. You'd rather be a god. A goddess is an actual god. I don't understand the problem here. But that ain't good enough. Because goddess, it just is a female god. That's it. That ain't good enough. So you need to be worshipped like a male god, even though people worship female gods just like male gods. But the delivery that everything, even God isn't good enough. We don't like that delivery either, but hey, it's a problem. What's the problem? You got ladies, guys are intimidated by me. No, guys are not intimidated by you. I speak my mind and I say what I got to say and I da. Maybe people just tired of you talking reckless. Nobody wants to go out with somebody who sounds like a wrestler. You ladies talk like we're going to WrestleMania at other human beings. Well, let me tell you, Mean Gene, if you don't pay for this dinner, you're not man enough for me. I hate your guts. I'll tell you and your family and everybody around in the world that you're no good, you're a trifling, you're a low down, dirty dog. And I'm gonna tell you, Black Woman 316 said, I just whipped your ass. It's like, you think people like that delivery? You think, since y'all walking around talking to men, women, and children like Stone Cold Steve Austin, that everywhere you go, people just gonna be throwing you beers and you can just cheers and no, that's trifling. That's trifling. That's what it is. But to y'all, it's like, it's not a big deal. It's a really big deal. And then because a lot of sisters have been raised. They don't even know that they were sisters who talked to men with respect. They don't even know that they were sisters who were deemed as, when sisters had a reputation for being respectful and ladylike and revered. And the minute a black woman said something, people listened because out of reverence. They don't even know about that. All they know is rah, 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 rah. But hey, you a man, you supposed to take it. No, that's not true. That's not true. This idea that men, are there to be verbally abused because a woman did it. We don't like that. We don't like that delivery either. We don't like the fact that you'll tell us we're the father because you want money, and you'll tell us we're not the father because you're mad. We don't like that delivery. We don't like to hear, you ladies say stuff like, I'm pregnant, I'm taking you to child support right now because you're going to have this, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do what I tell you to do. If you don't do it, you're not going to see my baby. You think we like that delivery? You think as a man when a man has children, they want to be told that their child isn't their child, it's actually your child on a regular basis? This is my baby. This is my child. This is my da. You really think we like that delivery? Because guess what? We don't. You think we like it that when you pick an argument with a brother and he might respond to you, he might not even respond to you argumentatively, but he might tell you about yourself, and the first thing you do is call the police and sit there and lie to the police, or go to a court and file a restraining order, sit there and lie to people, and then when it's found out, well, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. You really think we like that delivery? Because we don't like your delivery either. We don't like your delivery when you're telling other men, you don't want to settle for them. You think men like to hear that crap? Yeah, I couldn't be with you because I'm settling. Settling? Have you looked in the mirror lately? How dare you disrespect me by saying if I looked in the mirror? You just disrespected me by saying you being with me is settling. Well, yeah, well, it is. You know what? All right, no problem. No problem. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. And then, I don't know why. I haven't been approached in years. There was a stretch where, we used to do panels with women, and women used to talk about that. I haven't been approached in years. I haven't been on a date in 2 years. I haven't been on a date in 6 months. I haven't spoken to somebody. I haven't actually been courted or been in a relationship in a long period of time. And I don't know why. And it's just like on the tip of everybody's tongue and in the back of everybody's mind. It's like, because of how you treat people, how you talk to people. That's why. Look when you're watching the panels on YouTube, when you have men and women interacting. How condescending are the women? When I'm talking about black women, how condescending are they normally? How disrespectful are they normally? But hey, it's the delivery. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Shh, whatever. You don't make enough money for me. I need to be with you need to be with a baller or a criminal. If you ain't a baller, you're beneath her. If you're not a criminal, you're beneath her. So that's, roughly probably 90-something% of the population of black men. It's like, okay, no problem. And speaking of that small percentage of men, even when you're looking for the creme de la creme, the top of the food chain, the top of the, the top of the top, even they ain't good enough. I need a man like this, and this. And then you meet a man like all those things, and he ain't good enough. And you'll tell him he ain't good enough. And then all of a sudden it's like, what? What? You mean to tell me you met everything you're looking for and it still ain't good enough? And you're talking to the person that you did all of this searching for, and they finally came into your life and they did all these things for you and they still ain't good enough? They still missing something. The 80-20 rule, they got 80% of what I want, but that 20, they just ain't good enough. We don't like your delivery either. We don't like how you want to be committed and you want to be wives and you want somebody to put a ring on it. But you want everybody to know that you're just with one man and one man only, and then you on social media advertising yourself like you single because can't nobody tell you what to do and you can't control me. I want you to be committed to me while I'm committed to social media. But all the people shooting shots at me, I'm never gonna talk to none of them because I just always wanted one person. But I'm gonna do another photo shoot, another thirst trap. I say I'm going to another event. Say I'm flying to this city and that city. Yeah, okay, all right. And if you say anything about that, you're insecure. You're not a real man, because a real man would understand that. Okay, It's like, all right, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. So now, we have a tough situation because what are guys looking at? Should I ever talk to you again? Should I ever talk to you again? What's the problem? What's the problem with the modern day relationship? Hey, it's no problem. People are just moving on because we're adults. We want to be talked to and treated like adults. We don't want the little thought hand clap. We don't like that. We don't like that delivery either. When you tell you something, look, little boy. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So now I'm a little boy. Now I need to be talked to like a child because for some odd reason you're better than me. You're better than me. You're smarter than me. But sisters go on, we're running circles around black men, and black men are just not good enough, and we don't have enough black men on our level. When you actually are with a black man who's, from your own admission, pretty high quality. We don't like that delivery, right? We don't like your delivery either. I need to get with a man who makes so much money that, that he can get a maid to clean up the house, that he can get a nanny to take care of the kids if I want them. He can get a chef to cook the meals because I ain't cooking, and he could deal with me just going shopping and spending his money because he got so much of it. And I have sex with him when I feel like it. Oh, yeah. And by the way, he bet not talk to nobody else. Because if you do, I'm going to take him for everything he got. Yeah, we don't like, just for the record, we don't like your delivery either. So now, but that's all good, because a woman's saying it, right? So, it's all good. It's all good. Like, okay, a woman said it. A woman said, men aren't good enough. A woman said, men, you need to do all this, and I ain't doing nothing for him. As a matter of fact, he ain't got to be rich and all that other stuff. The going out telling people, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean, I don't wash dishes, I'm never going to, how can I say, you going to take me out, you going to take me on trips, you going to buy me gifts, you going to do this for me. Well, okay, well, what are you going to do for me? What are you bringing to the table? Bringing to the table? Who are you? We don't like your delivery either, because what you're saying is a guy needs to do 100% for you, and you tell him what you going to dole out when you feel like it. These guys don't like that delivery. But you ladies act like, I can't believe the problem here. You should understand this all too well. You should understand this all too well. When we comes to black activism, when you in society, and even with BLM, it's one of those scenarios where when you post rhetoric, about blackness and black power and black activism, and you say no black men allowed, we don't need no heterosexual, heteronormative, da 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 da. Black men. As a matter of fact, black men can be replaced. The black family needs to be replaced with, women and homosexual men. We don't like your delivery either. And the women go, oh yeah, that's good. We don't like your delivery either. When women were walking around talking about family, I'm the mother and the father. We don't like your delivery either. Because if you're the mother and the father, and you turn around and women tell you, well, the kids acting like that because their dad's not in their life, and you turn around and say, where the father's at, and then you've been around these people for years, and them saying they're the mother and the father. What? It's your fault that you're not around a person. How? We don't like your delivery either. We don't like, being you ladies being able to lie on men with impunity, and everybody brings out the facts, and then you just, act like that never happened. Sisters running around here acting like Rick James. I would never take my child's father to child support and go to 5 increases and try to break him and take the money that he's got. I took my father to child support court and asked for 5 increases and try to take all his money out because I was just mad. It's like, what? Like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? But he deserved it. He deserved what? What did he deserve? Bad treatment? That's what he deserved. That's what he deserved. Until he do right by, The Color Purple, and everything you do, until you do right by me, nothing you ever gonna do is gonna ever be. Okay. But we don't like that delivery. We don't like being talked to like, sisters talk to brothers like Stephen and Django. Who that damn nigga on that night? Yo, don't talk to me like that, Snowball. Who you calling Snowball? You are bashing women. You hate women. You hate your mother. Ain't that a trip? Stephanie from Django. Men don't like that delivery either. Men don't like the fact that you want to disrespect you want to disrespect the black man and then turn around and go, your mama black. So you think I'm gonna let you talk crazy to me because my mama black? Like, that's what we doing? We don't like that delivery either. But hey, it's not a problem, right? It's just normalized. As a matter of fact, it's so normalized with the disrespect. And let me go back to the dating part I was talking about earlier. It's normal for y'all to say he broke while you on a date with him or after the date is over. Guy takes you out to treat you to a nice evening for free, and you turn around and tell him he broke. He ain't doing enough. He ain't got enough. He ain't, he ain't on your level. Wow, okay. All right. That's what we doing? I got really high standards. Like, who are you? How tall are you? Are you 6'9" and a half? If you ain't 6'9", I can't talk to you. Oh, okay. You are beneath me because you're not 6'9". Oh, okay. How much money you make? I make this amount. That's it? You ain't really doing nothing. How much you make? So I make 33% more than what you make, and you mad at me and I ain't good enough? Well, as a man, you ain't really a real man would be doing better than that. Anyway, I would really like to get the surfing turns. I really like steak and lobster, so I think I'm gonna get both. So I'm broke. I ain't good enough for you, but now you want to order the steak and the lobster? Okay. Like, okay, we're going to play this game. So for me, I sit there and I listen to a lot of this stuff and I'm like, listen, man, y'all tripping. Y'all really tripping, because at the end of the day, we're talking about this ideology where when it's all said and done, you can say anything to a brother, anything, and everything is fair game. Everything is on the table. But guess what? If a brother responds, you should have better manners than that. Better manners than what? Than you? I should have better manners than you. But you don't have good manners at all. So you think I like your delivery? I don't. don't like the way these men are calling these women all out of their names. These guys are so used to, women calling them out of our names. It's ridiculous. Y'all might as well be that old lady that played Antoine Fisher's adoptive mom when we come in. Nigga. Like that's how y'all talk to us. But that's all good. That's what it is. And for me, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And the problem with it getting worse and worse and worse and worse is very simple. That what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And this has been going on for too many years, where our community has been mistreating each other, predominantly because guess what? The only person who can't get checked for talking to somebody out of pocket is a black woman. They'll cuss out their own mama. They cuss out their own grandmothers. See, I should know, because I know my grandparents stopped talking to younger black women. My great aunts stopped talking to younger black women. It's like, and these are the same grandmothers and aunts and great aunts that these ladies talk about, when my mom's, she used to get abused by my granddad or my great uncle, and they were abusive and this, that, and that. Those women did not F with, can I say, millennial or Gen X black women, because they were disrespectful. They were disrespectful to them too. They didn't like their delivery. And because they didn't like their delivery, they didn't talk to them. So a lot of these stories being told about what sisters went through back in the day, a lot of y'all don't realize that's just something a lot of sisters made up. Because the older generation, like the baby boomer black women, the ones that, because people forget, the greatest generation and the baby boomer generation, all of them, feminism came like in that era, in a sense, but more so in the Gen X era. It was like the greatest generation. Those women were the minority. The greatest generation and the baby boomer generation, feminists were the minority. So when you get these women in Gen X and millennials, they're talking as if feminists were just the norm. No, they weren't, because most of the feminists were married. They were married. They had 2-parent households. They took care of their families. Their husbands went out to work. They took care of the home. That type of thing. They still had a traditional family. And they knew not to talk to people crazy. It's like, oh, okay. All right, this is what we doing. So now it's a whole nother remix about what was in the 60s and 70s. Y'all full of it. But this is one of the problems. This is the big problem that we got to deal with is, we don't like y'all delivery either. Even when you ladies have, even when you ladies make your own content, or you in control of your own image, i.e., you make short stories, you make television series, you make, movies. When you're writing them, when you're producing them, it's some disrespectful, dysfunctional stuff that people just kind of like, a lot of y'all thought process is quote unquote cringe-worthy. But since it's y'all doing it, we're gonna let it slide. You see how they talk to them in that thing? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. You saw that scene? Yeah, that probably shouldn't have been there. Because now what you're seeing is ladies are so comfortable being disrespectful, they're putting that image out of that disrespect to the public like it's normal. And they don't even edit themselves. They don't even watch how they do things. And they don't even watch the things they create and edit them and go, yeah, that should go there. No, it shouldn't. But you're so far gone in the way you disrespect people and talk to people and treat people, you actually think this is a good look for you. And it's not. But can't nobody tell you nothing because everybody's beneath it. Okay, fine. So now, 5 years gonna go by, 10 years are gonna go by, and then you're gonna hear sisters talking this, it was the white liberals who caused this situation. No, it wasn't. The white liberals didn't make you, go into a restaurant 50 deep, drinking bottomless mimosas to watch Scandal to hope that Kerry Washington gets smashed in the closet by a white dude. That's not what happened. The liberal media didn't have you, saying, oh, these black men don't like black women. Black men hate black women. And then go to work with pearls and Converse on because you like Kamala Harris. She's not dating a black man. You don't care, though. Barack Obama bet not have had a white woman. Kamala Harris, not a big deal. We don't like your delivery either. What was the mayor? Is that de Blasio? He's married to the sister, and like 20, 25, 30 years ago, the sister was a lesbian feminist who had an article in like Essence magazine, and now all of a sudden it's all good. Come on, it's ridiculous. We don't like that delivery either. We don't like the hypocrisy either. But guess what? For some odd reason, y'all thinking we're not dealing with it. This is what we deal with all the time. It's the norm for us to deal with a bad attitude and a bad disposition, and to the point we don't like to have conversations. Actually, to the point where when we talk about under 30% of Black America is married, a lot of the married people do not want to even hang around single people. Not just because they're single, but because of the mouth. A lot of married women don't want to be around their single friends because of they try to tell their friends stuff from afar, because sisters don't even listen to sisters when they say, hey, listen, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You can't tell her what to do. Even sisters get tired of that. Because guess what? They can't tell them nothing either. And they don't like the way they communicate either. It don't make sense, but whatever. It is what it is. So now we're at that point in life. So I know it's impromptu because I'm impromptu. I'm almost at an hour, so I'm gonna shut this thing down. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, but I think it is time for me to bid you guys an adieu. So like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Do this,
Spoken from the lips of the young or the old, bear of me.
Yeah, gotta put it all in.
And they are Superman.
All the way.
I guess I'm taking off the cape, through the glasses in the trash. Being super is great, saving y'all is such a drag. Even God took a break, me I ain't coming back. I got one life to live, if you don't like it, that's your ass. Cause nobody saved me, plus when I'm drunk, I'm just a peon. I could use somebody just like I'm the kings of neon. This world is cold as ice, mixed with salt, mixed with freon. They got me pissed off, but that's better than being peed on. For eons, human beings took kindness for weakness. When you constipated, you start to appreciate shit. Put before you life and death, and you just gotta choose. The kryptonite life means you still follow the rules. If your credit's messed up or your bills ain't paid, then it's getting disconnected. Can't nobody say the day. And I can fly, leave a building in a single bound, but I can't stand fair weather friends, and I just fly around. My super friends in Justice League, only folk I kick it with. Kill Lex Luthor, so what? We had to finish it. Kids play games and adults play for keeps. And me, I play to win, but I ain't playing in these streets. And life is not a joke, then again it ain't this serious. Superman can say the day, but God can say the Superman. Saga of the kryptonite, life just ended. You enjoy listening? Man, I finished it.
Lois, come holler at me. I got an ice couch. Thank you for coming out, listening. I knew you would like it because we made it. I'm so frigid and so fly.